Hey guys, what is going on? Ip of RageQuitTV casting the finals of the US ZOTAC Cup number 3. We have Goody versus Faith. This is game number 1. Purple Town versus Red Protoss. Goody spawns in the 9 o'clock position and ROOTFayth spawns in the 3 o'clock position. We have a little bit lag from our admin, but that is gone away. So yes, ROOTFayth versus Goody right now. Faith did make it into the finals, so yeah. And Root does so well in these US ZOTAC Cups. The last cup I casted, it was Root Slush versus Root Drooby in the finals. Yes, double Roots in the final, and now ROOTFayth is in the final in ZOTAC Cup number 3. Unfortunately, Team Root didn't do so well in Cup number 2, but I wasn't casting it, so the good luck chum was not there. Whenever I cast these ZOTAC Cups, we have a Root final and possibly a Root winner. Goody on Team ESC. I'm not sure what ESC means, but well, he's on it, and it's a very good team because, well, it has the almighty Goody. And Goody does have bio play now. He is not just a meching player. He does go bio every now and then. We did see him win game number 2 of, who was he playing? It was some Protoss player he was playing on Shakur's Plateau, where he was like, oh, hooked up, I'm just gonna go bio. You can't do the Goody build on me and just get sentries and zealots. Come on. It was VVV Hasu, that's who it was, now that I think about it, with some really awesome Warp Prism play. Try to use Warp Prisms both in game number 1 and 2. Game number 1 almost worked for him. In game number 2, Goody kind of did the counter to his play without knowing it was the counter. Hasu kind of was playing like, you know what, Goody, I'm going to take advantage that you go mech, get a Warp Prism and go DTs. And Goody's like, you know what, you think I'm going mech, I'm going to go bio, and I'll be at your doorstep. We do have Goody going to scout. He is no show. He does love his scouting. Is going to scout. Nope, no close in. We do have a gas deal that goes off by ROOTFayth. And what this gas deal does, it's like, okay, well, I shouldn't have to worry about Banshees. I shouldn't have to worry about a Raven, because Ravens used to be common. You used to have this like Marine Raven attack, which was really funky. And I shouldn't have to worry about Blue Flame Hellion drops. That's what this assimilator does. They say shouldn't, because every now and then you see these players like, well, you did this, so I won't do this, but I'm doing it anyways. I try to just catch them off guard. We do have Faith going with his second gas, and will this get canceled? Oh no, it doesn't get canceled. And it looks like just Marines are going to be attacking these. Why does my mouse keep going up? There we go. Just these Marines are going to keep attacking these assimilators, and we do have a factory being built by Goody. Just has a few Marines out. If they were not on cross positions, I would say one Zealot, one Stalker aggression can kind of give Goody a headache. Wouldn't win the game, but it would be able to pick off a few Marines. He does have 4 out, getting a bunker now. So maybe Goody's completely safe against that, even if it was close positions. Looks like he gets that bunker up just so he's safe against any type of shenanigans the Protoss player does early game. And let's see what he scouted. Scouted the second gas, scouted the 7 escort, scouted the second gateway. So right now Goody's like, well, you're most likely going to be 3-gate expanding. And Faith just scouting all around, make sure there's no proxy factories, which can do Thor rushes very effectively. If you get a proxy factory off and a Thor built, Protoss are going to have a really hard time dealing with one Thor that's in their base at 5 minutes in the game. Well, probably 5 minutes is impossible to do. 6 to 7 minutes in the game. That's more likely. And looks like this probe will be building a Nexus very shortly. Goody's still on 1 base play. Is going to be getting a Banshee. So as I said, you shouldn't be doing Banshees if you get gas stolen. But Goody going to be doing Banshees. And looking at this, we don't have Faith really prepared against that just yet. And he doesn't have a watchtower, so Goody may actually do a lot of damage with this Cloaked Banshee. Does get Cloaked first and does have the Banshee building, so Just because the gas is stolen doesn't mean Banshees won't come out. Faith is getting a robo facility, so he can have an observer. And that will counter the Banshee, so Faith is looking like he's in a very, very good position right now. And I only say that because Goody hasn't expanded just yet. Faith has the expansion just about halfway. So this expansion is probably going to be up before Goody actually thinks about expanding himself. He'll come in with this Banshee and then be like, oh, you expanded. I should get one too. And what is this robo facility doing? Not doing anything just now. If this Banshee was a little bit later, it may actually be more beneficial if he waits for 2 Banshees. Because this observer is going to go out, probably going to be rallied to Goody's base to see what he's doing. And well, if it's not in his own base, Banshees will still do quite a bit of damage. It looks like this Banshee does have Cloak, is waiting, maybe, for 2. No, he is just going to be going. And that observer comes out, perfect timing. Banshee comes in and is going to be like, yes, probes. And observer's going to be like, well, sorry, Banshee. And the Stalker's going to start shooting in, and Goody now decloaks immediately. He's like, well, I should save that energy. And is going to go back and gets taken out. It may have been better just to go down towards the natural, but Goody doesn't know if there's units down here. Actually, there's a Stalker down here, so no, it would not have been better. Another Banshee is coming out. We do have Faith. He's on 2 bases. And he's going to start going Colossus very shortly. He is getting a second observer because there are Banshees out. You always want to get multiple observers when you see Banshees, just because they are so annoying to deal with. You move out with your attack, Banshees kill it. You move out with your attack and you don't have observer at base, Banshees kill your base. So Banshee's always the annoying thing, and that Hellion does get 2 kills before it goes down. Not too cost effective, but the other probes does pay for itself. But Hellions always need to do more than they're worth, I think, to really be effective, because that's lowering the tank number, and Goody has to get a lot of tanks to deal with the Colossus, Zealot, Urkon strategy from Protoss. I say Urkon because Faith hasn't got Urkons just yet, but they are almost certainly going to be coming out. Why Urkons are not Immortals? Because Ghosts can make Immortals look silly. Urkons, well, they get EMP'd, but they still are effective. Immortal gets EMP'd, it is ineffective. Faith is doing some type of wall off of SimCity to prevent Hellions from coming into his base, even has these Stalkers in the back in case Hellions do go through. And going over into this worker count, it is 39 SCVs, 248 probes, so looks fairly fine, considering how much earlier Faith's expansion was. And it looks like he is getting Colossus, does have 1 out, getting a second one. Going in this gateway, the unit tab, you do see 2 Zealots, 4 Stalkers, 5 Sentries. So not the biggest gateway army. Definitely not too much anti-air to stop Vikings from taking out Colossus. That could be a problem for Faith. But he is going for a Twilight Council, and he may be getting DTs. I would say DTs are actually a strong possibility, just because, well, sometimes you can deal a lot of damage to Terran, but also they're more balanced. High Templars just cost a lot of gas. Unless you go in Zealot, Urkon, High Templars aren't what you want for Urkons, but they do have Storm, so they're always good, but Dark Templars are more of a balance between minerals and gas, so if you go in straight for that Urkon, which a lot of players have been doing, Dark Templars are good in this scenario when you need some other unit besides Zealots and Urkons. Scan does go down, sees a few Stalkers, doesn't see that Colossus count just yet. Faith hiding his 2 Colossus. We do have Charge being researched. You need Charge to deal with tanks, but Goody has some great SimCity, so his tanks can't just get charged upon. And he is going for another command center, so he's going to be on 3 bases before Faith is. Faith is bringing that probe out to build his base now. And that's 3 Colossus, going to be 4 Colossus. We do have Charge now complete. Curious if we're going to see a Dark Shrine or a Templar Archives very shortly. Goody does have a pretty high Viking count. Is now going to get some Hellions. Does he have blue flames? No, he doesn't just yet. Should be getting blue flames to deal with the charge lots. And I think he may have enough tanks very shortly to deal. Yeah, he is getting blue flames. But once he gets enough tanks, those Colossus won't be doing too much to him. But that's a lot of gateway now from Faith. It was almost no gateway to a lot, and it looks like this attack's going to come before blue flames finishes. And that's going to make a huge difference. Also getting blinks so the Stalkers can blink on the tanks. Twilight Councils are pretty much just like LOL tanks. Gonna charge and blink. And both blink and charge do very, very well against tanks. Banshee is gonna get picked off. Could cloak. Is it gonna cloak? No, it's not gonna cloak, but it's not gonna die either. This Observer was with Faith's army, but there's always a chance that it's out of the range. Goody gonna ninja his way down here. Has 4 SCVs in that command center. And here we go. Faith wants to engage, gets hit with the tank, and he's like, wait, maybe not. Maybe I should just contain you to 3 bases, not knowing that Goody is on this base. And this is where Terran's actually really good. Because Faith right now may be thinking, well, we can just go macro game, we can split the map in half. And Goody with these mules can mine out this base so quickly. Faith's like, okay, time to take my 6th base. I don't have a 6th base. That sucks. And we do have Templars coming out. High Templars coming out, not Dark Templars. So he is going with the High Templar route. Did just finish. We'll find out if he gets Storm very shortly. I don't know if Storm is that good against tanks. Maybe he's going to mainly go Charge Lot Archon to deal with Mech. And that could be good. But Blue Flamed Hellions could demolish demolish Zealots. And looks like this base does get scouted. All those mules are going down. This command center is running away. Goody being supply kept a little bit, but that's a problem. When you go mech, you easily get supply block, because look at this. This is 2 food, 4 food, 6 food, 8 food at a time. So that's a supply depot at a time. Of course, when the Thors come out, then it just really, really skyrockets. You know, like this, Goody is fine with just 10 Vikings. That is, I think, the magic number to 1 volley Colossus. So, just gets the magical number, and we have Goody building lots of command centers. Looks like he's disregard supply depot, acquire command centers right now. Building so many. Is this command center going back? Faith is on patrol, though, to ensure this doesn't happen. And no, it's just going to land to use his scans. We do have Ghost Academy up. Is he going to get this Mobius reactor, so he starts with EMPs. And 3 High Templars are out. He does have Storm, I believe. Where's that Templar Archives? There it is. No, he doesn't have Storm. And has Goody scout this? No, he hasn't. But no, Storm hasn't even begun being researched. And that Banshee goes down instantly, but it may have seen these High Templars without Storm. Looks like that's going to be to feedback Thors, maybe? There is a single Thor. And that's 3 High Templars to feedback 1 single Thor. I don't know if that's effective. But we do have Faith just trying to keep Goody contained to 1 base right now, as he is got his 3rd up, and he is taking the gold right now. And Faith is going to come back. He is at 200 food for all intensive purposes at 195, and Goody is at 188. So look, we're in like the 200 food mark, and there's been about 2,000 minerals lost. Yeah, these players haven't been too aggressive. Faith is like, well, I can do a great job at late game. And Goody's like, well, you don't deal with mech, so I don't think you know how to deal with this. Going into the army value, you can see that Faith's army does cost more. Goody has 69 SCVs, while Faith has 66 SCVs. And here we go. Faith is coming in with the bigger army. Zealot leading the way, taking some tank fire, needs to split army. And yeah, looks like he is going to turn around. Those Immortals are going to lead the way. Absorb all that tank fire. Really nice call from Faith. But now the Vikings come. And 10 Vikings is the magic number to 2-shot Colossus. And here we go. Charge lots coming in. Feedback does go off on those Thors. Those Vikings going to take out those Colossus. And it looks like Goody is going to be able to hold, landing those Vikings now, and yeah, it does hold. But those Archons going straight in, tries to take out those tanks, but no, he doesn't. And Goody didn't lose too much. Faith, why aren't you dead yet? He's far from being dead, man. He is so far alive, it is ridiculous. And this is what I was talking about. Faith doesn't really know how to deal with mech, because Goody's one of the only people I know that builds tanks and TVP. And they are very useful, as it shows off. Tank, Hellion, Viking, Futhor. And Faith gonna lose his third base. Now he's gonna come in. And those tanks aren't even siege mode. Well, they do go in siege mode. He does have Ghost probably on the way. Yes, Ghost on the way. Storm being researched. But now it's going to be 3 base to 4 base. The turns have the tides have turned, and looks like Faith is just going to try to go for a Goody's gold. PF right here. That Archon does deal AOE damage, and Goody going to take out this third base and come back and defend this. And looks like it may go down. It's so close. Goes at 50 HP, turns around, and oh my god, 50 HP on that PF, almost went down. Hellion's now attacking those Immortals, and this force is being stopped. Goody though. Wait, no it isn't. The Thor, yes it is being stopped. I was going to say, Hero Thor right there, Darkshine being built. Lots of mules from Goody going down on that gold base. 180 food versus 99. And Goody just going to go in. The goes to EMP for vision of cloaked units. And even though there's DTs, they may not do enough damage to even worry Goody. As it is, again, 200 food versus 120 food. And you can see even those Hellions do a lot of damage. Now that the Thors are tanks to here, that Nexus goes down so quickly. Skin does go down. Sees pretty much everything. And these Hellions do a great job in these mass numbers because they do AoE damage. Stalkers blink, Zealots coming in. Those Zealots will go down instantly. And a huge battle going down. I think Goody's going to easily take this. Immortals. One Immortal has shield. DTs being morphed in. And those DTs could save Goody. Scan does go down. But DTs are up close and personal to those tanks. And 3 DTs do live. Very low life on those DTs. And there goes LOLGG. He holds it off but knows he's behind. It is 1-0 for Goody right now. Faith realizing, how do I deal with mech? So we'll pull up these graphs while we wait. Look at this army value. You can see this. This is 200 right here. Goody loses not much. And Faith loses almost everything. Doesn't look good. This engagement not fair. Not fair at all. So, yeah, there's the graphs for you. The army